Today in Sports Report, boxing Astana Arlan's a new season without losses. Motorsports, ruthless and sophisticated Dakar. Success and difficulties, martial arts, gold Kazakhstani samboists are the best again. Another season of the World Series of Boxing is continuing, in which 16 best teams are fighting for the champion's title. According to the list of participants, this year is going to include exciting and great shows. The Kazakhstani team, Astana Arlan, started its way to the win in a new season with new management. Several months before the start of the matches, the general director Bolat Mankenov and head coach, the Ukrainian specialist Sergei Korchinsky, left the team. And now a new leader in the pack is in the face of the Olympic champion, Sergei Sapiev.
Уже месяц работаю в Astana Arlan клубе нашем. Втягиваюсь в работу.
I've been working with Astana Arlan for a month in our club. Our team is strong and staffed in the championship of the Republic of Kazakhstan. Most of them are the champions of the Republic of Kazakhstan and the boxers who were in the last season. Our opponents in our group were divided into two groups. I think the team of Azerbaijan, Italians and Americans are strong in our group, but not one is underestimated. Every rival can show a surprise.
Соперниками нашими. Наверное, итальянцы еще есть. Американцы сильные. Со счетов никого не сбрасываем. Любой соперник может преподнести какой-то сюрприз.
The Kazakhstani team is holding selection meetings in playoffs in the Group B, where the competitors of Arlan's can be the Baku Fighters Azerbaijan, Argentina Condors, Polish Hussars, the USA Knockouts, Italian Thunders, Cascais, Venezuela, and Puerto Rican Hurricanes. The first meeting of the pack was against the debuts of the WSB, Cascais, Venezuela at home. In this match, a newly coach of Arlan's, Marat Jakiev, put a proven and experienced staff in the face of Mardan Berikbayev, Mirbolat Toitov, the captain of the team, Samat Beshinov, Miriim Nursultanov, and Vasily Levita.
Назначили Марат Джакиева.
Marat Jakiev was established as the head coach of the club Astana Arlan's. He is a very experienced specialist and brought up the champion of the world, Erdos Zhanabergenov, the current boxer Adilbek Niazimbetov, the finalist of the Olympic Games and finalist of the World Championship. He is a good specialist. We're planning to work with the national team of the Republic of Kazakhstan. The work is cooperative with the head coach of the national team of the Republic of Kazakhstan. I think we must work in such a way to attract boxers from the national team if we have any problems in weight categories.
Из национальной сборной, если у нас какие-то будут проблемы в весовых категориях.
The first winning scores were brought by Mardan Berikbayev, a boxer in the weight category to 49 kilos who beat Venezuelan Joly Finola Rivas. Mardan, having debuted last year, looked confident in the ring and convinced it to the judges easily 3-0 in favor of Arlan. The second one in the ring was an experienced Mirbolat Toitov against Jose Diaz, and just in the first round sent the South American to a knockdown. In the first minutes of the fight, nobody doubted that the Kazakhstani boxer will win, and he proved it. In the weight category to 64 kilos, the captain of the club, Samat Beshinov, defended the colors of the capital club. An experienced boxer, despite the difference in height, used the weaknesses of Luis Arcon at once, and in all 5 rounds he was superior over the Venezuelan sportsman. The next fight might have been more exciting. The Kazakhstani Miriim Nursultanov was represented in a new weight category. It is the 75 kilos, and he adapted well. From the first round, Miriim took the initiative against Juan Rodriguez. The last one tried his efforts but couldn't beat the representative of the pack. As a result, in the 4th round, after the following knockdown, the coaches of Rodriguez threw a towel in the ring and Nursultan beat him before the appointed time. The training was good. We prepared for all fights. Of course, I am satisfied. Any boxer will be happy when he finishes the fight before the appointed time. The last fight was between Vasily Levit and Alfonso Flores. In the weight category to 91 kilos, Levis has been a mark since last season, getting winning scores in every fight. This meeting was not an exception. In the first minutes, powerful punches of Vasily showered as hail to the head and body of the South American. Unable to bear such a strong pressure of the Kazakhstani boxer, Flores refused to continue the fight. 5-0, and Arlans became a confident winner in the home meeting over Cansés, Venezuela. According to the fights, it is a team with character. Latin America is distinguished with its character. It means they work, work, and work. Thank God that we could win. In the following duels, the Kazakhstani boxers won confidently and now are considered to be the sole leaders in their subgroups. Rally raid team Astana Motosport, which comprises the President's Professional Sports Club, completed its successful participation in an annual and the most dangerous and prestigious rally marathon of the planet, Dakar. Over 14 days, the drivers tackled more than 9,000 kilometers on the territory of Argentina, Chile, and Bolivia. The Kazakhstani team in Dakar was presented by 3 cars and 1 truck crew, with the team captain Arthur Ardavichus. Dakar was as the other ones. There are no easy ones. For us, it was difficult. It was especially hard for my truck standing. But despite it, everything was without injuries and serious crashes. Taking into consideration the fact that for the Start Dakar 2015, 406 participants took place, our Kazakhstani drivers demonstrated good results from the first days of the race. The route of the first day was from Buenos Aires to the Villa Carlos Paz City, and for all 4 crews, the starting day was successful. The second stage was extreme for the truck of a bronze medalist of Dakar 2012, Arthur Ardavichus. In the terms of serpentines with frequent rotations, the wheel of the truck was jammed. The truck descended from the trajectory and fell on its side. We lost much time in the heights, and because of the repair works, we were stopped once. We lost 11 hours in Atacama. We had a problem with the engine. But we could restore the engine. There was some welding. We had to disassemble all details of the truck. Everything took place outside. Everyone thought that we would have to gather all details, but at night we came back. In the third stage, the Kazakhstani team continued its fight with 2 cars and the crew of the truck. The reason was the gathering of SUV in the category T2, driven by Denis Berezovsky. It is hard to say who was more successful. Our crew didn't get the finish. We didn't even get to the equator of the race. This is the first sad experience for 10 years of international participation in motorcycling. But everything can happen. The crew of Aydin Rahimbayev and Anton Nikolaev was one step close to the leaders in the third stage, taking the 11th place. On the third day, it raised 2 positions above, becoming in the list of top 10. Other representatives of Astana Motorsports didn't give up, improving their results with every stage of this crazy race. As Aydin Rahimbayev is concerned, this year he planned to move forward. He fought in the factory car. This is a prototype Mini. The company X-Ray presented 10 cars of Mini, including Aydin Rahimbayev's. Aydin got the top 10. This is the reserve, which tends to be got by all the drivers. It was not easy, but this year he demonstrated good pace and was increasing from start to finish without big mistakes. He had some technical stop, but it didn't prevent him the result. The route of the 5th stage was from the Chile Copiapo to Antofagasta and consisted of about 700 kilometers. The crew of truck of Arthur Ardavichus, Alexei Nikishev, and Daniel Kozlov in this stage demonstrated real heroism and saved the life of a motorcyclist. Another Dakar is completed. Over the 2 weeks, the Kazakhstani team demonstrated excellent resistance, endurance, and a great will to win. 3 crews finished, and according to the results of Dakar 2015, Astana Motosports won the 9th place and brought medals to the motherland for the most dangerous rally raid of the world. The first sports competition of 2015 in the world calendar took place in Almaty. Sambo World Cup on sports sambo among men and women, and only the strongest one could win the cup of the president of Kazakhstan, Nursultan Nazarbayev. The southern capital already accepted such a cup last year, in which the application for participation was given by 350 sportsmen from 18 countries of the world. After successful holding of the first stage and a second time in Almaty, the number of participants doubled. We're holding the World Cup once again, our tournament in the category A in Almaty. It is the second cup which we've been holding in Almaty since 2014. I must note that as compared with last year, the geography of the countries increased a little. Today, 21 countries are represented, and the number of participants became more than 400 people. Interest to our city and our competitions in the world is growing up. This is the world of sambo. This indicates that we have good public recognition. Over the 2 days on the carpets of the Palace of Sports, named after Balwan Sholak, a strong fight took place for the medals, and only the best of the best could get to the final. In a showdown fight in the weight category to 52 kilos, Beimbet Kanjana from Kazakhstan and Armenian samboist Tigran Kirikasyan fought. Unfortunately, the host of tatami lost. In the final today, I lost my opponent tactically and physically. This is our 4th meeting with this Armenian sportsman. Our total score is 2-2. I'm not going to stop. The World Championships and Cups are ahead. I hope to get revenge in these starts. Another representative of the Kazakhstani Sambo school, Iset Kuanov, in the weight category to 62 kilos, gained a victory over the Georgian sportsman Zviad Adonshashvili in the final and became the first who brought the gold medal to the treasury of the national team. I had an experienced and strong rival in the final. Last year he took the 7th place in the World Championship in Japan. He is a very experienced and strong sportsman. We met in the final for the first time, and I am happy that I could beat him. In the weight category to 74 kilos, the Kazakhstani sportsman was distinguished in the hard fight against the representative of the Georgian national team, Kahi Mamushalivi. Despite being injured during the fight, Aselbek Alkay could still win. To tell you the truth, I hurt my arm when my opponent applied the method which doesn't exist in the rules of sambo. After some medical care, I concentrated and continued fighting. I luckily applied a method and got 2 scores, and then I made a roll. Georgian fighters are physically really strong. In the semi-final, I fought with the representative of the Georgian team, and I could gain a victory. In sambo, in the weight category to 68 kilos, the Kazakhstani fighter Arman Ospanov confirmed his leadership again in the world ranking. The 2-time champion of the world beat his opponent easily and replenished the treasury with another gold medal. A hard fight for leadership also took place among women. In the weight to 56 kilos in the final fight, the Russian Diana Aliyeva and the sportsman from Kazakhstan Gulnur Irbolova met. Aliyeva became a champion in the last cup in Almaty, and this year she hasn't missed her place of being the first. I won this year again. It was a little heavy, but I am happy. Another Kazakhstani samboist, Dinara Zhumabekova, could feel the loss of her compatriot. In the final, in the weight category to 64 kilos, Dinara gained a victory over the sportsman from Azerbaijan, Farida Kurbanova. My rival was strong, but I could beat her due to her mistakes. On the whole, I can't say it was a hard fight. I am satisfied. I can't express my feelings. Zhansan Jasuzakova, Aelita Sherbakova, and Akto Smagambetova could continue their gold chain in the second competitive day. According to the results of 2 days' competitions, the best samboists were determined in different nominations. The Georgian athlete David Loriashvili became the discovery of the tournament. The prize for the best technique, expressed in monetary terms, found its hero in the face of Asilbek Alki. The grand prize of the tournament, a car, was won by Arman Aspanov as the best sportsman of this World Cup.